So in today's subject, we're going to talk about Jack Aitken. As many of you probably have seen, he was recently confirmed as being the reserve driver this year for Williams, but some of you may not actually know too much about him. Jack's partly English, partly Korean. His probably most successful year was back in 2015 when he won both Formula Renault Alps and Euro Cup and the ProMaster Winterfest. In terms of drivers he was racing in the Euro Cup, they included the likes of Jake Hughes, Ben Barnicoat, Ukio Sasahara, Louis Delatraz, Anton Hubert. There was also some performances from the likes of Dan Tickton, Callum O'Keefe, Ferdinand Habsburg, Johan Davala. Basically, it was a decent series. Previous year, the Alps had been won by Nick de Vries. Going on from that, in 2016, he moved to GP3, where he finished 5th, but that was a field that included the likes of Charles Leclerc, Alex Albon, Antonio Fuoco, Jake Dennis, and he managed to finish ahead of Nick de Vries that year. The second year in GP3 in 2017, finished 2nd, beaten by the eventual winner George Russell, who was his teammate. They included Noreen Fukuzumi, Antonio Hubert, Dorian Boccolacci, so again, decent grid. His first year in Formula 2, unfortunately, following that, was not one that I think even he would confess really went to plan. He was at ART, but for whatever reason, the second half of the season just all went horribly wrong. And that, I think, was the season which slightly derailed his career. Up until that point, part of the Renault Academy and flying. The only plus side that year was he did get to test out some of the F1 machinery from Renault and did manage to do several displays, including the one at Goodwood, looking very cheeky as he planned on how he was going to destroy some more tyres. 2019 was a much better year, but the problem was at that point he was still an F2, but he would drop to Campos, and that's not a team you're going to win a title with. Which takes us up to now and looking towards the future. Reserve driver seat at Williams is good for him because it will mean more involvement with the Formula 1 team itself, more free practice time with the Formula 1 car. And even if it doesn't lead to an actual Formula 1 seat itself, it's valuable experience going forward and something good to have on a CV if you're looking at perhaps Formula E or another series like that. So good luck to Jack in the future. Thanks as usual to everyone for watching, and I recommend the usual people if you want any good content. Bye bye for now.